Every year, dozens of typhoons lash the Philippines. The winds roar, the floods rise, and lives are turned upside down. But what if there were places in the Philippines where the skies remain calm, the seas gentle, and the soil untouched by disaster? Places where you could build a peaceful life without worrying about storms, floods, or landslides. If you've ever dreamed of retiring, relocating, or living long-term in the Philippines, this video could save your life, your home, and your peace of mind. Stay with me as we explore the top 10 safest places in the Philippines, hidden gems where nature is kinder, the lifestyle is slower, and the dangers of typhoons are almost a distant memory. 5 years ago, I moved to the Philippines chasing the dream, beaches, low costs, and friendly locals. But then Typhoon Odette hit, and I saw friends lose homes, businesses, and even hope. It made me wonder, are there places here where you can truly feel safe? Places where typhoons, floods, and landslides don't dominate your life? The Philippines is one of the most disaster-prone countries, with 60% of its land exposed to typhoons, floods, and landslides. But I've spent months researching, visiting, and talking to locals to find the safest spots. These are places with fewer storms, stable land, and good drainage. Let's start with why some areas are hit harder and how to avoid them. To find safe places, we need to understand why the Philippines gets hit so hard. It sits in the northwestern Pacific, the world's most active typhoon basin, with 20 storms a year, 8 making landfall, mostly in Luzon and eastern Visayas. Floods hit urban areas like Metro Manila due to poor drainage, while landslides plague mountainous regions like Baguio. Safer spots? They're inland, elevated, or in western/southern regions away from the typhoon path. Criteria for selection. We chose these places based on geographic position, outside of typhoon-prone eastern seaboards, elevation and terrain, away from floodplains and landslide zones, historical data, low records of typhoon landfalls and damage, peace, beauty, and livability, because safe shouldn't mean boring, access to healthcare, airports, and basic infrastructure. Valencia, Negros Oriental, nestled in the highlands just 9 kilometers from Dumaguete, but located higher up the mountains. Valencia offers clean air, lush scenery, and critically, protection from coastal typhoons. Rarely, if ever, affected by flooding or storms. A favorite of expats who want safety without isolation. Very secure, known for having one of the lowest crime rates in the region. Health access. You're only 20 minutes from top hospitals in Dumaguete. So it's the best of both worlds, safety, peace, and access. Why it's safe. Valencia is inland and elevated. It's rarely hit by major typhoons because most storms lose strength before reaching it. It's also less prone to flooding and landslides thanks to proper drainage and gradual terrain. Why expats love it. You get the cool climate of the mountains but are only 20 minutes away from Dumaguete's hospitals, malls, and airport. Many expats prefer to live in Valencia for the cooler weather and tranquility. Malaybalay, Bukidnon. High in the heart of Mindanao's Bukidnon province, Malaybalay is one of the most overlooked typhoon-free gems in the Philippines. Landlocked equals no typhoon hits. Rainy season exists, but no violent winds. Known as the summer capital of Mindanao, it's green, peaceful, and high altitude. Flood-free and landslide-safe zones are clearly marked and enforced. Agriculture-based city with a cool breeze all year. Why it's underrated. Most people don't consider inland cities, but Malaybalay is like Baguio without the chaos and none of the typhoon stress. Why it's safe. Bukidnon is surrounded by mountains and far from the typhoon belt. Storms rarely reach this inland plateau. Landslides and floods are minimal due to stable volcanic soil and effective water channels. Why it stands out. Think of Malaybalay as the Baguio of the south, but without the crowds. With cool air and a strong sense of community, it's ideal for those who want a rural lifestyle with basic city conveniences. Bacolod, Negros Occidental. Bacolod, Negros Occidental. The City of Smiles is west of Negros, protected by Panay Island, which weakens typhoons. Post-2010 flood control projects, including deep drainage channels, have slashed flooding risks, and its flat terrain avoids landslides. Bacolod's economy thrives on sugar and tourism, with modern malls like SM City and a growing IT sector. The Mascara Festival in October draws thousands with its colorful masks and street dancing. Bacolod's humid climate is the main drawback, but affordable AC units solve that. Its blend of safety and vibrancy is hard to beat. Puerto Princesa, Palawan. This city in a forest lies on Palawan's western coast, far from the typhoon belt. Its urban planning, with wide streets and modern drainage, minimizes floods, and flat coastal terrain prevents landslides. Is not typhoon-free, though it is less frequently affected than other parts of the Philippines. While it experiences fewer direct hits compared to regions facing the Pacific Ocean, it can still be impacted by storms that track through the archipelago. Palawan's elongated shape and positioning offer some protection from the full force of storms, with the island's interior mountains also providing a degree of shelter. Although fewer direct hits, Palawan can still experience strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surges from storms passing nearby. San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. On the western side of Negros, facing Cebu and shielded from Pacific storms, shielded by mountains from direct typhoon impacts. The city is growing, with major development and a laid-back charm. Clean air, zero flood history in urban areas, and very low typhoon impact. Close to Dumaguete and Bacolod by ferry or land. Why it's safe. Most typhoons from the Pacific weaken significantly before reaching Negros. San Carlos is tucked behind the northern mountain spine and rarely sees heavy storm damage. It's also flood-resistant. And a Bohol. Bohol is not a typhoon-free place, but it is less frequently affected by typhoons compared to other parts of the Philippines. This is because typhoons typically follow an east-to-west track across the country, and Bohol is situated further south, outside the main path of these storms. Because of its location, Bohol experiences fewer typhoon landfalls compared to regions like eastern Visayas, Bicol, and northern Luzon. Why it's safe. The island of Bohol acts as a buffer. Anda is also geographically protected by hills and limestone cliffs. Tranquil living. Crystal-clear beaches, world-class diving, and a slow lifestyle. It's perfect for retirees who want to be near water, but far from noise. Davao City, specific zones. Considered the safest major city in the Philippines for both crime and natural disasters. This Mindanao metropolis is a safety haven, far south of the typhoon belt. Its inland elevation at 100 to 300 feet reduces floods, and stable geology prevents landslides, even during Typhoon Pablo 2012. Mindanao, where Davao City is situated, is located further south and west, making it less likely to experience direct typhoon strikes. Flood zones exist, but places like Matina Heights and Torreal are elevated and safe. Why this is a dream for long-termers. Good governance, top hospitals, international flights, and peace of mind. It's hard to beat Davo's balance of nature and convenience. General Santos, South Cotabato. General Santos City is not entirely typhoon-free, but experiences fewer typhoons than other parts of the Philippines due to its location. It is situated in Mindanao, which generally receives less typhoon activity compared to regions facing the Pacific Ocean like eastern Visayas, Bicol, and northern Luzon. Typhoons typically make landfall in these eastern and northern areas of the Philippines. Ginsan is far south, outside the typhoon belt. Its flat terrain and upgraded drainage, including post-2015 canal expansions, keep floods rare, and stable geology eliminates landslide risks. Coron, Palawan. This island paradise dodges typhoons due to Palawan's western position, far from storm paths. Its rocky limestone terrain prevents landslides, and elevated coastal areas with good drainage keep floods rare. While it may experience fewer typhoons compared to other parts of the Philippines, it is still vulnerable to them, particularly during the rainy season, June to October. Coron, like the rest of the Philippines, lies within the typhoon belt. However, its location in the western part of the archipelago means it's somewhat shielded from the full force of typhoons that typically enter the country from the east. Dumaguete, Negros Oriental. Known as the City of Gentle People, this coastal Visayas gem is shielded by Cebu and Siquijor, which absorb typhoon energy. Its flat terrain and modern drainage systems, upgraded post-2012, keep floods rare, and stable geology minimizes landslides. It is located along a sheltered coast on the island of Negros. The city is protected against most of the typhoons that periodically batter many in the Philippines. So many people think the Philippines is chaos weather-wise. But now you know the truth. There are safe places. Peaceful places. Places where your retirement dreams don't have to be drowned in floodwaters or crushed by typhoons. The key is knowing where to look. And now you do. Which one of these places would you consider retiring in? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell for more real, in-depth guides about living abroad.